viewers and gamers alike out there, and welcome back for more of Gacha Memories, the visual novel. So, yeah, the visual novel. Don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and tell me, have you ever played Gacha Memories, the visual novel, available on the Google and Apple Store? Onwards towards our next episode, continuing in progress. Alright then, now we're going back for more of Gacha Memories, the visual novel, so we're going to still doing Mitsuko's route, but I will get to other routes in the near future, so yeah. So, anyways, we followed the UPGS closer to the destination, just as I was about to take the bug fix in order to fix this anomaly. Looney said she detected a powerful space-time anomaly manifestation. That is not good news. Looney's voice suddenly blared in both mine and Mitsuko's ears. We looked at each other and we had just felt it. What in heavens? Oh my. Yeah, that's the thing, of course, yeah. A monster with an eyeball. It fired a laser blast in our direction. Mitsuko and I quickly leaped away from its path. The laser made a giant crater where it hit. If that thing were to hit us, especially at bypassing endurance, we need to go all out. Ha! Making the Gacha sword appear in my hands, I dashed towards the humanoid glitch and empowering my blade with the power of light. It dodged! I saw it pointing its hand at me. Gah! Thankfully, I managed to duck in time to dodge the attack. Oh boy, yeah. Come on, work with me, you ridiculous. Sorry. The app is like, oh my. So yeah. Why not? It kind of flipped itself. Yeah. I did as I was told and jumped away from the humanoid anomaly. Oh my goodness. Wow. Sorry. Come on. Alright. Sorry about that little twisted turn. My bad. Tell that to the one who's controlling. Ha! I knew it. Won't give me what I say. The shadow was unable to dodge this time and was thrown backwards by the force of Mitsuko's attack, imprinting itself on a wall not too far from here. Oh my. You got it! Summon Scarlet Flare! The flames of my blade will be your last war! That was a powerful attack from one of my strongest fire units. Did we get it? What? I look above and I pale at the sight I see. Hundreds, thousands of cars, trucks, buses are all floating high above the sky. I look towards the cloud of dust my last attack caused. It looks only a little damaged. Somehow this is not good news on my mantle. Oh man. Its right hand is outstretched towards us. Its finger ready to snap. I was about to say stop, but snap is better. I look up again, and to my terror, all the vehicles start to rain on us. Oh no, yeah, like hundreds and thousands of automobiles falling down like the size of big hailstones like minivans. But with, like, think of it as like Michael Bay's explosions. But it's not. Yeah, imagine that. Well, what the heck? What the heck is this thing? Even Clover can't create this many at once. Narrowly, Mitsuko dodged that humanoid Shadow's laser attack. It will attack us at the Rain of Steel, trying to pummel us. This is no mindless glitch. Gah! The vehicle started to rain death all over us, Mitsuko and I trying our best to avoid being smashed by a car or worse, a truck. Be glad it's not a semi. I barely had time to deflect a laser sent at me right through a wall of steel, it hitting some of the vehicles above and creating a large flame, like fireballs. Fireballs hitting the floor. The beam this time was sent at Mitsuko, who also narrowly dodged the beam, which hit some of the cars that were behind her, sending her flying, but thankfully she managed to land on her feet and avoid being smashed by a bus. So Looney is saying Ellie and Lilith are dealing with a similar enemy. What? Looney, how are they? Oh man. You guys wanted action by hearing this. You're hearing it. Curse it, both me and Mitsuko are heaving left and right to try to avoid the rain of steel, and the Shadow is simply fire beams at us without stop. This is like a bullet rain boss, but in real life. I need to focus on the current situation, even if I am worried about Ellie and Lilith fighting something like that. I have faith in Ellie's defensive abilities as a fairy. This rain of steel is forcing both me and Mitsuko to stay on edge, avoiding attacks both from above and from the ground thanks to that annoying Shadow. Thankfully, none of its lasers managed to hit us. But both of us are already full of scraps from both shrapnel and from the occasional explosion from one of the vehicles. But those we can easily tank. Even if a vehicle were to crush us, we would be fine. Besides, I'm a Starby. However, it would stun us for enough time to be hit by the Shadow's laser, which is something we can't afford, considering what happened last time. This place is filling up. We need to get rid of those things. And fast! It's getting hard to move around because of all the destroyed cars that are littering this place, if you want to know literally. Where are all those vehicles coming from? I dodge another laser, but this time I prepare a wide area attack with my sword. With a single slash, I cleared an area around me with the steel obstacles, sending most of them flying around in pieces. I'm trying to read, but a bit of a tongue twister, I'm sorry. The Shadow sent a laser at me, but I managed to deflect it, and then jumped away to evade yet another car from falling on me. Doing as I was told, I looked away from her and focused instead on dodging the rain of steel. What Mitsuko did next was incredible. A giant explosion of light around her that sent all nearby vehicles flying away, hitting houses and walls. I looked towards the Shadow and noticed something uncommon. It was protecting the big red eye on the center of its chest. The light flash from Mitsuko's gale of light stunned the creature, and it stopped sending its lasers for now. Alright. Taking the opportunity, I jumped right in the sky. Right at one of the many falling vehicles, I took foot off one red car. See how you like it! I kicked the car towards the shadow. It didn't notice my move until it was too late. At the same, I hit it with the car. The rain of steel stopped. Only a few remaining in the sky, which hit the ground wide from either me or Mitsuko. Yes, attack everything from what we have. Summon DJ Light. This is the end for you. Lightning gear activate! A blue bolt of lightning that is somehow the water element came down from the heavens to hit the car where the shadow is at the same time as Mitsuko's attack. It is still alive? What? It raised its hands and started firing a volley of lasers at us, making us dodge again in order to avoid getting hurt. It must be desperate now, but once again its attacks are too frequent for us to get near it. Alright, so he's trying to avoid from getting the last few hits. So you want me to throw the bug fix in the center of the anomalous area and it should strip of its power? So it worked for Ellie and Lilith. Alright, did they manage to win? Very well. Although I'm not sure if Looney can see the gesture. Anyway, I jumped away from another laser and looked at Mitsuko. Mitsuko, catch! I threw a bug fixer for Mitsuko and she managed to catch it perfectly. Follow the GPS to the centermost point. I'll protect you from the lasers. For a guy like me, yes. Now go! She looked at me with a worried face for a moment, but nodded her head. Why would it say head when instead it says red? Terrible words. My God. Taking out the phone Looney gave her from her pocket, she started to run in the direction of the UGPS pointed, which was slightly away from here. I did something I rarely did. I morphed the Gacha sword into a great tower shield, and then I started to dash in front of Mitsuko, so I became like a wall barrier. Each laser impacted the shield with the force of a freight train, but I endured it to protect Mitsuko. Thankfully, the Gacha sword, more like Gacha shield, can easily deflect each of those buggy lasers the shadow is firing us. I can feel my arms getting numb over the continued assault, but I endured. I could hear Mitsuko pressing the button on the bug fix, and then throwing it. It tried firing more lasers at us, but I blocked them all. So it's initializing, a mechanical voice said, and then...
Normalizing space-time breach. Space-time anomaly seal.
The humanoid glitch started roaring as if in pain. I made use of this moment to rush towards it, changing my shield back into a sword. It fired a single weak laser towards me that I easily dodged, and when I got close enough, I stabbed the anomaly multiple times right in the middle of its chest eye. It roared once and then it vanished in particles of data, as if it was an enemy from a computer game. Woohoo! We did it! We did it! We did it! I don't want to do the Grinch. We did it! Yatta! It was somewhat tiring, but not too much. I fought stronger enemies, but the main problem was its laser attacks that could easily defeat the two of us, even if the rain of steel would at most be an inconvenience. I did notice that the shadow used the rain of vehicles to try and distract us enough so it could hit us with its lasers, but thankfully both me and Mitsuko were nimble enough to evade those attacks. She was holding me in her arms. I couldn't help but blush out of proximity. Or our proximity was between me and her. Still, I gave my partner a warm smile. Only as much as you are, Mitsuko. I'm just a little tired, is all. She hugged me closer, her tails wrapping around me, providing me with extra comfort, warmth, and fluffiness. I smiled at the cute fox goddess and returned her embrace. She feels nice, and she smells nice too, even after this battle, because of, all the debris. I guess this is one of the perks of being a goddess for her. Mitsuko and I looked at the portal that had formed not too far from us. I guess that means Looney wants us to go back to our house for the time being. Well, I guess we should go. For what? For what? Yeah, I felt the soft sensation on my, soft, sweet, and just a bit wet. I suddenly noticed Mitsuko was kissing the main hero, which is me. At least Miko V3 wasn't here, but at least she did revive me back in Arkham City. And then back in Chrono Trigger with Batman's help, and now this. Back from Mega Man X7, and then from Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. Yeah, moving on. What brought that up? Why is she doing that? I have no idea, but I think I'm in love with this fox kitsune girl. But it feels nice. It feels good. I can feel my heart pounding in my chest, and my whole body feels like it's on fire. Quite eagerly, I returned Mitsuko's kiss, my arms wrapped around her back, hugging her body closer to myself. I'm sorry if you guys are enjoying this while I'm saying, but I'm kind of feeling like most embarrassment to myself. But in other words, I'm turning red and hiding under a rock. Quite amazingly, she starts purring in the kiss. I find this to be super cute. This fox goddess in my arms is cute, beautiful, and fluffy, and you know what they say, the complete package. It's quite possible that during the course of time we spent together those last weeks, or maybe even during the time we got to know each other during this time, I felt for this cute goddess. Mitsuko. Hesitantly, she parts the kiss, looking at me with a flushed and happy face. I give her a dazed but happy smile, and yes, I would like that. Beautiful. Mitsuko unwraps herself from me and heads towards the portal. I follow her. Yeah, we took our time. I can feel my face flushing, and I don't need to look at my side to see that Mitsuko is similarly embarrassed. Ellie said in a tired voice, I can see that she is tired and that her body is full of scraps just like mine and Mitsuko's. However, I also noticed that her voice sounded sad for some reason. Really, Ellie, her voice sounds really super duper sad. Wow. It's because Ellie and I had this great connection because she became my first friend on Gachaverse. And also, not to mention, which is a part of the Ultimate Arkham universe. of course. So yeah, this is Alliance Teen, not Alliance Youth. So Ellie was very important for your victory, and her barrier was very super duper strong, really. She really needs to control herself. Ellie looked at both me and Mitsuko, and Looney snapped her fingers and another portal opened to appeared in the room. Ellie approached both of us. I don't know what brought this, but I smile at Ellie and nod my head. Don't worry, Ellie, I will. Awesome. She then waved at us as she entered the portal. I couldn't help but think Ellie seemed sad for some reason, and as the very first real friend I made, I can't help but be worried about her. You like to have her chastity intact? What? Mitsuko and I took seats on the couch to listen to what Looney had to say. I idly noted that Mitsuko wrapped some of her tails around me. They're better than any pillow. If Looney and Lilith noted this, they choose not to comment. Short of guardians and humanoid glitches that are much stronger and smarter than all the other variations you saw so far? Saw another variation as well when we were sneaking into the center, yeah. The shadow showed a power that was disturbingly similar to yours in our fight. It made hundreds of vehicles appear on the sky and rain on us. Looney's eye blanked out for a second. Really? Over 1,000 cars have disappeared from factories, dumps, and parking lots all over the country? Wow. A reality hacker. Unbelievable. So that was Soul himself. I feel myself stiffen, and from the feeling of her tails, the same happened to Mitsuko. Those shadows were some sort of puppet or second body controlled either consciously or unconsciously. They both used some form of strategy against me and Mitsuko. Are you saying Soul himself is a body snatcher? Oh, great. What wonderful. The first one was Shadow Glitter Lucky. The next was Shadow Strawberry. The other is Kuramitoki Sake. And the next one I'm going to think is, oh my gosh, is that dark glitter dream or dark glitter hope. And now Soul. Yes. He's Soul is not to be messed with. He's a body snatcher who will try to swap and rule something than a new body to make things powerful. Now that is a scary thought. Great. As if things don't get worse enough. I noted that the anomaly seemed strangely smart for a mindless bug that was only wandering about an anomalous area. But to think that those were possibly constructs under direct control of the ultimate hacker in person. A theory and a grim one? Oh boy. All those people that disappeared were used as some sort of fuel for Soul to use to accelerate his revival. Oh man, if he gets a really super powerful being like me, then he would gather that many followers and take over the entire of Gachaverse, Looniverse, and Ultimate Arkham Universe, including the alternate timeline of the Halo series. I cannot let that happen. If he does this, he would change the time course of history forever, and it would be irreversible. The vital energies of all those people turning into fake puppet bodies that would eventually be of some use after the anomalous areas grew in size. Loony? So he was trying to make those anomalous areas grow in size enough to cover the whole planet? Oh, man! The fake puppets will do the same, and so the anomalous areas all over the world will increase in size until the whole planet is covered, until Soul himself will rule them what he wants and what he gets. This guy's a monster. Like I said, he is Zamasu. A lot worse than Injustice Superman. But he's kind of like Injustice Superman, only 10 times worse. He is Zamasu. Like I said, he is Zamasu. You know, from Dragon Ball Super and also from Dragon Ball Fighters. Oh man, it really does make me sick to my stomach as well, Looney. That is horrible. The people that disappeared, they were turned into those glitches, turned into those humanoid abominations. I agree, and I suddenly realized that this also means that my family's in danger. If that were to happen, they would be gone too as well. Not even most of the Alliance members will not survive. Only a few will, but the rest of them will not. And I would realize that suddenly that the Dark Alliance will come into place on that part as well. If they come into an agreement terms of Soul himself, but since Lord Draken is lost in time and space from who knows where. After all, he is a duplicate of me anyways, but he isn't me, of course. Can't allow this to continue any longer. Right. But Looney does have a plan. Enlisting the help of the strongest citizens from Looniverse? Your citizens? So, what do you have in mind, Looney? So, the DJs, Neon City leaders, X-Scour Racers and the Guardians, the Elementals and the Dream World Citizens and some other contacts that you have. Wow, you have multiple contacts in high places. This is what it means you have to have multiple friends. Who? You have an annoying fanboy that kept bugging you to fight him. So he works as a janitor in one of your offices in Vinyl City. Making puns with his name? What? You are like Sia and Lana together. Definitely, because you are one and the same person. And you are... And what Lilith said is correct. She says we are a package deal and you can't just get along with only one of us. And she's right, though. So Looney put a hand in Lilith's head, petting her. That's right. I looked at Mitsuko. She was smiling at the sight, and I'm pretty sure I was too. The occasional times we get to witness their relationship is something beautiful to see. A loving relationship that has lasted eons, at least. Uh-huh. So he's just one of the other people you call for help, and you'll be sending those teams over all over the world, but that means you'll be incredibly busy, so you won't be able to contact us all as much. Yes, ma'am. So thankfully those two big anomalies were the biggest anomalies present in those countries. The others weren't as big, and so we wouldn't have any problems. All right, Looney, we will. Back to England. Cheerio! I'll have a spot of tea. Oh, on a spot of tea with English muffins and some pancakes and a lovely plate of cakes and with smelling the lovely flowers and tulips on daisies. Thank you, love. I find myself back to my hotel room, and I'm not alone. Yeah, taking care of the remaining anomalies on England. Yes, so it seems. There is awkward silence now. I can't look Mitsuko in the eyes, but at the same time, I'm rather excited. We're all alone now, after all. Our talk? About what we had. Well, I remember what we had our talk about earlier in our previous episode. I do. Episode 8. But this is episode 9, of course. Taking Mitsuko's route. I remember back when Mitsuko was talking about wanting to protecting me, that she didn't want me to die in the promise I made. She seemed distraught even after I made the promise, but why? I ignored the awkwardness and turned to her. Mitsuko, what did you mean by that earlier? Can't keep the promise that I will never leave you? But why? I have no plans on dying anytime soon, Mitsuko. Anytime soon? You'll likely live as long as the sun exists, and you'll likely can expand your lifespan if you transfer yourself to another star? Even me as a star being, she would outlast longer than I would. That your lifespan is already ridiculously large compared to mine? The lifespan of a human is what, 70 years? And by that I will be shriveled up and barely alive anymore? A sad shadow of what I am today? Oh my. You know, hearing those words kind of make me realize to think of this. Mitsuko then got closer to me and took my shirt in her hands, looking at me in the eyes with a very sad expression. If I kept being affectionate to her, it would make me want to never let me go anymore. This is what I get for what I take chances, make mistakes, and getting messy, and got myself into getting caught in my own web. Mitsuko, I never thought about this. Mitsuko, Ellie, Looney, Lilith, all of them are divine beings in a way. Lilith's life being tied to Looney's. They are all immortal and won't die of old age, nor any time within my lifespan anyway. This means Mitsuko will outlive me by a great margin. I'll end up just being a painful memory for her, a painful memory of a person she loved. What can I do about this? Even with all the power I have as the Gacha summoner, I don't know of a way to avert death. But do I even want to? I don't know. Mitsuko and I just started out our relationship, I think. No, what matters the most is Mitsuko's happiness. I need to think of something. Maybe there is a way for this to end happily ever after? Mitsuko. I take her hand by the shoulder. Well, I take my hand to her by the shoulders. I need to watch carefully. Yeah, you guys are enjoying to read this, while I can say, who knows what. But just for fun of it, for embarrassment of myself, and for those who can try to say, ooh, I kissed her. A kiss to try and comfort my probability now girlfriend. Welcome to my world. Not really, though, but it's... Mitsuko, I don't know what I can do about this, but I promise I'll find a way to always be with you, if you wish for it. What? That's what Shadow Glitter Lucky said, the same thing, is to marry her. Then Kurumi Tokisaki, and now Yowane Haku and Luca Megurine about saying having a fresh start with me, and like, I don't know where this is going. Oh yeah, Maya as well. I wanted to say yes to Maya, but then she kind of doesn't remember about the memory of wanting to marry me, and like it was gone, that negative energy, because of Mr. Negative from Marvel's Spider-Man. Yeah, that is I had several opportunities. One of them I blew, but the others, one of them I was this close, but then that opportunity was lost. I'm not saying lost, it was more like misplaced because of Mr. Negative. And the others, yeah, they wanted to get married like immediately, but they're waiting for me. I'm not trying to force myself to get married. I'm just waiting for the right moment because they knew, even though they have patience, they do, but they don't have that much time, because when the moment when that time comes is I'm going to be heading towards the honeymoon of a cruise ship. My eye widened at her words. If I did marry her, does mention that this will tie her essence. This will tie my essence to hers, which, in other words, I'll stop being human, even though I am a star being, which means I will last a lot longer, but this will also mean that I won't die of old age, and I won't abandon her ever. But someone to that from as a patriarch, as the Master Chief is what seems somehow like that, only this is Gachaverse of the Ultimate Arkham universe, and of the main storyline, and not the alternate story timeline. This is the main story timeline. She puts her finger in my lips, her index finger. I'm pretty sure I'd never regret being with this beautiful, fun, fluffy, and cute goddess before me, but she is right. Proposing her just after we started dating would be too much. Really? Anything. Mitsuko gently wraps her arms and tails around my body. I instinctively cuddled her back, relishing in the warmth of my fluffy companion. My eyes widen slightly, and I can feel the excitement starting to run through my body. Mitsuko. At least she's not Kurumi Tokisaki from Data Live. Which is... Mitsuko, are you really sure? This might be sudden. This might be a little too soon, but I want to show her that I'm serious about this, that I won't abandon her, that I won't forsake her like the humans of the past. Then, let me remind you that I won't abandon you, Mitsuko. Yeah, Peter Venkman would be so proud. I'm so proud to have Peter Venkman as my dad. Yay! I'm so happy. I'm gonna be so busted. Can anyone tell me on the comment section below? Think of think of a Japanese anime girl that includes Vocaloids from Hatsune Miku Project Diva games, including that is not Vocaloid. Yeah, you can think of a Japanese anime from that campy somewhat, even that the Shonen and Shoujo series. And what is the girl that what Japanese anime girl would whack me on the head so hard that it would hurt? Multi-slash! Ha! I look behind me as I see a black spear charging up its laser. I attack. She absolutely destroyed that spear with a single attack. I smiled to myself. She's even fiercer while protecting me now, and her attacks are much more vicious too. Alright, enemies cleared. We arrived at the centermost point. Activating Bug Fixer.
Initializing fixing tool. Normalizing space-time breach. Space-time anomaly seal.
Mitsuko ran up to me and hugged me again. That was easy. She then started raining. You know, lots and lots of perks. As in raining kisses on my face. Well, yeah. See how this is Alliance teen? Okay, so, yay. No, seriously, on the comment section below, who would whack me in the head? Really, just name a character. I don't mind, even if it's a premiere or not. It's just interesting. Mitsuko, stop! This is embarrassing. People are watching. Both of us started laughing as we frolicked together in celebration of another victory against the bugs. Those past few weeks, ever since our first night together, had been some of the best weeks of my life. Sure, there was the occasional close call from being swarmed by the bigger anomalies, but it was fun. This time together with Mitsuko, going on dates, kissing, holding hands, sleeping, cuddling. I've grown to love my girlfriend's fluffiness, and she's also didn't seem to mind providing me with fluff. Grace under pressure. Yeah, I like that in a lady. I'm quite happy with her. And this is why I became the kind of Peter Venkman. I'm Peter Venkman's son, sort of. Not really. Who knows? I can be from Ghostbusters. Peter Venkman. I'll get you for this. And Kirito. And Tenchi. And you know the rest. We managed to seal off most of the anomalous areas in England, surprisingly enough, and even have enough free time to play around together. This is bliss, a happiness that I want to protect at all costs. This was the penultimate one. This was the penultimate one. There is only one anomaly left in all of England. Even greater news is that Looney told us yesterday that Lilith and Ellie managed to seal off all the breaches in Brazil, and that the people she recruited managed to seal all others over the world, all over the world, without any loss. Even against the greater anomalies, there was only some who were wounded, but they still managed to win, and then went around sealing off the remaining anomalies all over the world. In short, there is only one single anomaly left in the entire world. I take Mitsuko by the waist and giving her a big grin. We're doing it, Mitsuko. We are almost all done with these creepy bugs, beautiful. Thanks. We heard Looney's voice in our ears and paid attention, although we didn't let each other go. Looney sounded ecstatic at our success. Sure. I agree, we barely put effort in this one. I think we can afford one last anticlimactic battle. What do you think, Mitsuko? Right. Ha ha ha. Seems Looney heard that. Oh my. I see. Just head over there. We're going. With that, Looney's voice stopped sounding in our ears. I also felt her presence recede. So, shall we head there now? Beautiful. Oh, okay, I embrace her this close to my body. You're quite the clingy fox, you know that? Make up for centuries without contact or affection? Wow. Now I know why she held her feelings for so long, for that many years. Hundreds of years. Maybe millennia, maybe a millennia. Wow. Very well. Close your eyes, my cute little fox. Once again, as I did several times those last weeks, you know the drill. Okay, I think I had enough. But I absolutely enjoyed it. I can quite confidently say, at this point, I'm completely smitten by this fox goddess. My lips locking with hers. Oh my. This is... I am a romantic novel, but for a guy who's nervous, trying to hide under a rock, I'm quite fascinated. And there is nothing more that I want than to make her happy, to be happy with her, to make her happy, and all the more. My answer to her question is already clear, but I'll wait for a while. I want it to be a surprise for her after all. And because of that, we're going to stop here for the time being. And don't you worry, we are going to continue to pick up from where we left off because I'm Busted'sville. Thank you guys for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And tell me, what do you guys think of Gacha Memories, the visual novel? Do you like it or hate it? Mash that like button or share this video if you guys love Gacha Memories, the visual novel, or a visual novel game that I'm doing this for the first time, because I don't know how will you guys react to this, to be honest, but I am, to be honest, for this, I'm clueless of what you're gonna say right in front of me, whether on the comment section or the premiere box. So, this is Leo Wolverine saying, and speaking as always as your friendly neighborhood spider cop.
And Master Chief, who takes chances making mistakes and getting messy like peanut butter and chocolate or breakfast for dinner. When the going gets tough, the job gets it done for a breath of fresh air. In Leo's Let's Plays Alliance, and this is Alliance U. No, not Alliance U. This is Alliance Teen. Alliance Teen only, not Alliance Youth. My bad. Godspeed, play safe, and shalom. Remember to fight with honor, love, truth, and justice, and see you guys next time for more of Gacha Memories, the visual novel. I'm gonna go hide under a rock because I'm so busted.